or MAGA comes to talk. I tell you, President Trump, he's done it again, and the liberals are never going to get it. They'll never understand it. The never Trumpers will never accept it. The media will never report it. And the liberal college professors that write the history books will never write it. But President Trump did more than all of the other presidents before him in regards to bringing about peace in the Middle East. It's true. And, President Trump, when he put together the Board of Peace and ended the war in Gaza, he did what the liberals around the world wanted him to do, and he did it, and they hate him for it. They don't even talk about it. But he ended that war in Gaza, put together this Board of Peace, and now he's stopped the fighting between Israel and Hamas. Think about it. And Hamas, this is really an amazing thing with Hamas. So Hamas is going to be disarmed now, right? In Lebanon. Hamas is a front group for Iran, and it shows you how much Iran is on the ropes with President Trump, that they can't, Hamas, they don't have the help of Iran anymore because President Trump has wiped out Iran. So Hamas is surrendering to President Trump. And what we have now is, Trump forever, man. What we have now is Mideast peace with this isolated lunatic country of Iran. But everywhere else, it's world peace. And that's the way it is. I mean, there's no getting around it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. Make sure you subscribe. On the stream after this, I'll be in the studio taking live calls. I'm on my way to the radio station. Every president we've had has had endless summits and meetings and treaties and pacts and accords and just a bunch of BS to try to bring about Mideast peace. And the problem has always been Iran. The left, they've always blamed Israel. Israel. Israel has never been the problem. The problem has always been Iran. And Iran has effectively been taken out of the mix. They're more of a nuisance than anything else at this point. A few months ago, they were bullies with a lot of power. And now they're just a little more than a nuisance. And President Trump is taking care of them. They've already been taken care of. I was watching, right before I left, I was watching some of the latest bombing footage in Iran. I mean, we have just blown the daylights out of Iran. They don't have a functioning military. Not like they did. And Hamas surrendering, who would have ever dreamed? This is one of the greatest moments in the history of the Mideast peace process. I mean, my goodness, how many people has Hamas killed over the years? What we're doing with Iran is we're containing Iran, putting them in their proper place, and they're not players anymore. They're just not players on the world stage anymore. They think they are, but they're not. President Trump is the most amazing president this country's ever had. He's just amazing. He just, there's a lot of things about him that make him different than other presidents. I mean, he's not worried about the donors and everything else. He's so rich he can't be bought off like the other politicians and other presidents who are owned by the big donors and everything with their special interest. And he's also incredibly smart. These other presidents, they're not smart. They're basically spokesmodels. They fit the mold that the political establishment want to have in power, at any particular time. And President Trump is not only the smartest president we've had, he really is, by far. He's free because he's not owned by these special interests. And he thinks outside the box in very unique ways. That other presidents can't even imagine conceiving. Well, if you guys take issue with anything I'm saying on the next stream, I'll be in the studio taking live calls, so you can call me on the air during the stream and call me out. Somebody said, explain, Mary made us. There's a difference between being controlled by donors who are making you do something and taking political donations from like-minded people who agree with your agenda and your policies. See, President Trump doesn't get bought. People donate money because they agree with his philosophy and his policies and his agenda. That's the difference. It's a very one-sided war. Iran is out. They've lost. They've just lost. No, Israel did not buy President. Israel's a very poor country. How do you buy a multi-billionaire like President Trump? How's that work? If you're new, make sure you guys subscribe. It is 4:14 a.m. here in sunny South Florida. And of course, it used to be called Eastern Time, but since the president lives here, Mar-a-Lago's here, we no longer call it Eastern Standard Time. It's Mar-a-Lago time. So it's 4:14 a.m. Mar-a-Lago time. It's amazing. Iran has been bullying not just the Middle East, but the whole world for so many years. I mean, look what's going on in Spain right now. This Muslim invasion of Spain. Never seen anything like it. You got these woke idiots that are running Spain. They've been thumbing their nose at President Trump. They don't pay their NATO dues. And now look, they call in the army to try to repel the invaders. And does Spain even have an army? Do they even have a standing army? And how would they mobilize? Because this isn't the mainland of Spain, right? It's a Spanish city in North Africa. So do the Spaniards even have an army that's for more than just parades, right? And for show? Do they have a real army because they've avoided all the wars? And if they have a real army, not just, people to look good on television and in parades, do they have the ability to move them? I don't think so. I don't think so. And what Spain needs right now is NATO. and they haven't been paying their dues. Now they need us. Well, they call it, President Trump will be glad to get NATO to protect Spain from this invasion. I cannot believe how many cars are on the road at this hour of the morning. Well, it's Florida. This is a conservative state, right? Florida's a MAGA state, a red state. So Floridians get up early and go to work. It's not like those blue states. We're hardworking people here. We won the war in Iran on day one when we took out the Ayatollah. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's Trump 2028. It's not a joke. I'm serious. President Trump's even been talking about running in 2028. Who would be better to be president than Donald Trump in 2028? I mean, we have a lot of up-and-comers on the MAGA bench. Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance. We got a lot of great people that could be president, but Trump's always my favorite. Yep. Floridians are hardworking people. Oh, Iran's done. They'll never recover from this. Never. Because they're not going to be allowed to. I mean, how many missiles and rockets can Iran have left? China's not backing Iran. That's just something that the liberal fake news media say to try to turn American public opinion against President Trump. Why would China be backing Iran? That's a loser. China is a third world country that desperately needs the United States. Without the United States, China would collapse. We buy all their crap. Who else would buy all their crap if we didn't? Exactly. There's no gain for China's government to help Iran right now. Welcome, everyone. My name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. It's amazing how, liberals love all these terrible countries. I mean, you liberals, you talk, you call Trump a dictator, which is absurd. But but you back Iran, you back China. What kind of freedoms do you have in China? What kind of freedoms do the Iranians have? Are you kidding? President Trump made it a federal law to release all the federal government's Epstein files, which they did. They've all been released. And they showed that President Trump turned him into the police. It was President Trump that brought Epstein to justice. He even worked as informant for the FBI to bring him down. Yeah, all the government files have been released. It's the law. It's federal law. President Trump signed it into law. You're a little behind. You're behind on the news. You need to catch up. You're way behind. Here I am on the highway. You're we wrong. What is that? Chinese? We wrong? WERONG. I'm not familiar with that word. Is that English? Chinese? Korean? Not sure what it is. Is that one word or is that like supposed to be two words? Did you forget the space after we? Not sure. I don't know. I think you need to go back to school and learn how to spell. That's the problem. I was talking about this um, on the program the other day about Gen Z. Gen Z are the Gen Z. They're the first generation that's less literate than the previous generation, right? It's really crazy. Got to start reading books, increase your vocabulary, learn how to spell, even basic words. It's crazy. Basic, I'm not the world's best speller, but the common words, you shouldn't be misspelling common words, right? But what President Trump has just done in Lebanon is historic. He should be given the Nobel Peace Prize for this deal that he's made with Hamas and Lebanon and Israel. President Trump, I mean, I don't know how many peace prizes he's earned in this second term. What, a dozen? Easily. It's amazing how the liberals, why would liberals be upset that he's bringing about Mideast peace? That doesn't even make sense to me. I don't understand that. Makes no sense. Liberals live in a different land, liberal world. There's a lot of denial going on with the left. A lot. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell, guys. And I will be taking calls on the next stream on the morning show today in the studio. But, today's Friday. And on Friday, it's open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Friday's show, you can call in about any and everything on your mind. You're not limited to the topics that I bring up. Mm-hmm. Making very good time here, too. There's a lot of traffic, but the traffic's moving. Oh, the lane I was in just ended. Well, this action with the surrender of Hamas and the Israeli-Lebanese peace agreement, that's President Trump's Board of Peace did that. The Board of Peace that Trump's the head of course. Like UN is just irrelevant today. I mean, when is the last time the UN did anything positive? What did you say? Trump is perfect? Absolutely, he is. So PER perfect? Yes, he is perfect. No question about it. We're very spoiled because, those of you that didn't follow politics or weren't old enough to experience other presidents, President Trump's been on the scene for 11 years. And you're spoiled by his brilliance and competence. Other presidents aren't this competent as President Trump. That's for sure. We have a great bunch of up and coming MAGA presidents, but no one will come close to President Trump. Yep, it's true. Gosh, I remember. Do any of you remember where you were when Trump came down the escalator? I remember it well. My wife and I, we watched it on our television in our bedroom. Watch him came down the escalator with Melania and said, "I'm going to make America great again," and he's done it. And the left hate him for it. Yep. Mamdani is not a natural born U.S. citizen. He's not qualified to be president or vice president. Thank the Lord. Oh my goodness. I'm just about a mile away from Donald John Trump Boulevard. I'm not kidding. The next exit, it's the road to Mar-a-Lago. And Donald John Trump International Airport is right here too. I'm about 2 miles away from Donald John Trump Boulevard, which is the exit to Donald John Trump International Airport here in Palm Beach. That's exciting. I know. When you're done watching this video, go and watch my vlog. I gave a tour of Donald Trump International Airport. Donald Trump is the first president of the United States to truly be elected by the people, not pushed upon us by the special interests in the political parties. It's true. Yep. What's with all the caps? Why are you yelling? Yep, I am coming up. The next exit is Donald John Trump Boulevard, which takes you to Donald John Trump International Airport. How exciting. A lot of cars getting off there. I guess they're flying out. No, I'm not kidding. The road is really called that, and the airport is really named after the president. I'm not kidding. It used to be Palm Beach International Airport. Now it's Donald John Trump International Airport. Now you can run Candace Owens. What political party would she run under, Candace Owens? The Psychopathic Party? She'd fit in right where at the top of that one. She's totally psychotic. Yep. Yeah, you can run Obama. No problem with that. You can run Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Bill Clinton, whoever you want. George W. Bush. Run them all against President Trump. Well, I'll put Trump up against Obama any day, Barack or Michelle. I saw a bit of Michelle Obama on her podcast. She was interviewing the Supreme Court Justice Ketanji. What a couple of rocket scientists those two are. Yeah, I just passed Donald John Trump Boulevard. This next exit you can take to the Donald Trump International Airport too if you want, but that's the right one to take there. You can take either, but that's the main one. Takes you right to it. Welcome everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell. You will not want to miss the next stream. I promise you. I am making incredible time. I'm in shock at the great time I'm making. I don't know what Spain's going to do. I mean, you know, all those guys, military age men, that invaded Spain yesterday. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, well, it was how the southern border was under Biden, but they came by boats and things. I mean, my goodness, it was like a beach landing, like in Normandy on D-Day. If I didn't see it live, I'd be like, "There's no way." It's scary. I feel so sorry for the Spaniards in that town. That must have been. Could you imagine thousands of foreign invaders invade your town like that? It's scary. It's like, oh, I'd be terrified. Sure, any normal person would. Those guys are nuts. I mean, jeez. I mean, who does that? This guy behind me just flashed his lights. What am I supposed to do? Coming up on the exit, bro. Not a big fan of the flashing bright lights. He gave me the flashing lights, and I'm in the right lane, not even the passing lane. Very strange, very hostile. It's in a semi truck too. This is like Duel, the movie Duel. Jeez. Well, hopefully it turns out better for me than it did for the guy in Duel. I just passed one of those electric Volkswagen vans. I went and looked at one of those at the dealership with my daughter a few months ago. They're like $100,000 was the sticker price. I'm like, are you kidding? 101,099, that's something like that. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen a sticker that high. I mean, what? It's crazy. I mean, it's not that nice. If they were reasonably priced, I might have bought one. What Mamdani's doing in New York is the beginning of the end. I mean, this everything about Mamdani's bad. You know, but Mamdani doesn't care about what's good for New York. He's there to destroy New York. Okay? That's the thing. All right, don't want to miss my exit. All right, my exit is the next one. Okay. There's nothing worse on the highway than missing your exit. Really. Well, there's things that are worse, obviously, but liberals think they're geniuses. That is true. And they don't know a thing. I'm about a mile away from my exit. This guy in this semi is just like out of control. Now he's honking at another person. He's a very hostile driver. Got some anger issues. He was flashing his lights at me. Now he got behind someone else and is honking at him. He's a very aggressive driver. What's awesome about Mamdani? What has he done that's awesome? He's a kid who's done nothing. When you say we, I'm not sure who you're talking about. The United States has accomplished a lot. Well, this Lebanon peace deal that the president's made, it's a direct response to Iran. Iran is no longer in the mix, and the Hamas terrorists were being funded and supported by Iran. And now that Iran's not there to help them anymore, they can't fight on. So we got the deal. If Trump had not taken Iran out of the mix, this Hamas Israeli Lebanon deal would not have happened. Iran would not have let it happen. They would have poured money and arms and people and whatever else they needed to Hamas to cause problems, but they can't do it anymore because Trump has weakened Iran so much. Yep, it's true. Just got off the highway. Waiting for, I'm going to Starbucks. I need my coffee. Oh my goodness, do I need coffee? Welcome. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And on the next stream, I'll be live in the studio taking your calls. MAGA is more popular, stronger, and has more people in it than ever. The MAGA movement's larger than ever, stronger than ever. No, I do not get any sugar in my coffee. I do get cream in my I get a venti hot blonde Americano, which is 5 shots of espresso, and I have cream added, no sugar, no soy milk. Good old-fashioned half and half. None of that soy milk. Oh, no. That'll mess you up. That's the problem with most of the trolls in the chat here. Too much soy milk. It's true. Very true. Now, this road, I'm the only car on it. There's always about 4 or 5 other people waiting for Starbucks to open at this Starbucks. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, know what? If you missed the beginning of the stream, go back and watch it. What I was talking about is how President Trump is, um, in large part because of this air campaign to end the war with Iran, has this great new peace deal that Hamas has surrendered to the Board of Peace and to Israel with this Lebanese peace deal. It's amazing. How's the Democrat? Do the Democrats still do pronouns? Are pronouns, preferred pronouns, still a thing? I thought pronouns were out. Right? The Board of Peace. That's right. I think preferred pronouns are out. One policy that you benefit from? Absolutely. The big beautiful bill made the Trump tax cuts permanent. Right? I mean, me personally, my taxes were going to go up through the roof if the big beautiful bill didn't pass and the Trump tax cuts from his first term expired. So President Trump gave me an incredible um, tax cut. That's right. That's me personally. I mean, he's done a lot of other things too, but he said something for me personally. That's one example right there. I'm going into this Starbucks. You give them a tip, or anybody that gets a tip, no taxes on the tips. Hmm. That one's hard to argue with. Now, of course, to get tax cuts, you have to pay taxes. So you probably don't pay taxes. But yeah, that's one very specific thing he did to help me, not just me, but it's a major benefit that I have. Exactly. I mean, unless you like paying more in taxes. Hmm. How many people work for tips? Millions, millions. Waiters, waitresses, bartenders, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, Door Dashers. I don't know how many millions work for a lot of people earn tips. Millions and millions. That's right. Well, he didn't give tips. He didn't give tax cuts just to people that get paid in tips. Now, to get a tax cut, you have to have a job and pay taxes, right? And the big beautiful bill was the largest tax cut in the history of the United States, and he gave tax cuts to people that normally don't get them, like tip workers, no tax on overtime. That's a big one, right? A big benefit is, of course, the mass deportations has given the United States the lowest murder rate since 1900. The murder rate in the United States is lower than it's been in 126 years, and that's when the government started keeping the murder rate statistics. So there are people that are alive and have not been murdered and raped because of the deportations. And there's endless benefits. Hmm. That's right. That's right. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. On the next stream, I'll be in the studio taking your live calls. Oh, Biden let in at least 25 million illegals. No, Obama did not, but Obama did some funny math with that. No, the murder rate did not decline under Biden. It did not decline under Biden. Nope, he did not. He brought in over, but Biden brought in over. See, the liberals just make crap up and lie. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, basically, Obama transported the entire country of Somalia to Minneapolis. It's true. I don't know why you guys have such a problem with this hat. Yes, it's made in America. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm not sure if you guys can see in the dark, but it is made in the U.S. There you can. You can see it. It is made in the USA. Yes, made in the USA. Right there. See? All the Trump products are made in the USA. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep. All this invasion of Spain yesterday, that was scary. Can you imagine what it was like for those poor people in that town with these Muslim invaders pouring in to their town like that? It had to be terrifying. Probably is still terrifying today. But it's the sun is up there right now, but what a night they must have had. I'm glad you like the hat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you guys subscribe. Is anyone really on Blue Sky? Yeah, run AOC. That's fine. Yeah, you can run AOC. You can run anybody you want against Trump. I don't care. Nope. I love our president too. Well, they've got woke idiots running Spain, and they suffer from major Trump derangement syndrome. I support Trump in 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52. Trump for life. Mm-hmm. Yep. Trump is a PDF file? Wow. Not a Word document? Is he a PDF file that was converted from a Word document? I don't understand what that means. These people use strange words and things. Everyone's cat is smarter than AOC. Well, listen, guys, I got to take off. I'm going to head into Starbucks, but again, make sure you subscribe. On the next stream, you can call me live on the air.